What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today we're going to have a little bit of a news video regarding Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0, mainly surrounding Season 2 and some changes that are going around. And as of today, as me recording this, we got some updates on the Gulag situation. Now, I will say that this update on the Gulag situation seems to be confirming that the rejection of certain parts of Warzone 2 are going to be changed and altered. If you guys haven't heard, the Gulag will be returning to 1v1 action coming Season 2. Now, before we continue about that, let's talk about Season 2 itself, because this season has gotten delayed, and this is to some surprising, to others not so surprising, including myself. But this has been kind of data mined out of the game itself and then talked about. I waited for an official confirmation before talking about it, because data mine information can be a little bit on the shaky side of things. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the news of it being delayed. Now, in an official post from the Call of Duty page on Twitter, we got this official statement from Activision. Season 2 will be launching on February 15th. Our studio teams have been making several changes based on what we have heard from our player community. Season 2 includes all new content with the return of Resurgence and a brand new small map for Warzone 2.0. Rank play is also back and is coming to Modern Warfare 2, along with the new multiplayer maps, new mode, weapons, and much more. Stay tuned for additional information. Now, on top of this official statement, we got a little bit more clarification from Infinity Ward's Twitter page. We look forward to sharing more details on the updates coming to Season 2 in an in-depth studio blog next week. This includes exciting changes to Warzone 2.0, including the Gulag, looting, and loadouts. More soon. Now, this in itself kind of confirms that things are being rolled back a little bit when it comes to the changes that they were trying to implement for Warzone 2. Now, what things you might be, talking about? Well, for one, the Gulag was a great example of this. They tried 2v2, and honestly, I'm not really against 2v2. I've grown to like it. It's kind of a fun little twist. It's a little unfortunate it's going, but at the same time, I get it. Warzone was solidified as a 1v1 Gulag. We played that for 3 years, and sometimes that can be considered a foundational thing of the experience, and it's gone. So going back to that, should be very fun. The one thing I will say, guys, is I want the map to change then, because it was clear that this was built on a 2v2 experience. They tried doing that little Gulag in Season 2 and they don't make it smaller. Well, then I feel like this is going to be a lot of searching and looking, and I don't want to do that in Gulag. Now, other things that may be changing, honestly, is pace of play. This is something I do think they need a little bit more time with, and kind of understandably why they are kind of pushing the season back. Pace of play, as I said before, needs to change. Games are around 28 minutes and they used to be around 22 minutes in Warzone 1. That is a lot of extra time. 6 extra minutes per game is a lot, and that's if you make it to the end. And that's something I fairly do often. I get to the end, the top 10, and it goes from there. But yeah, I want things to feel a little bit faster. Not talking about movement. I am not talking about movement. I am talking about the way the game moves and transitions from the start to end. Make that a little bit faster, and that itself is pretty good. Now, one thing I will not expect, guys, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this, is a change to time to kill values as of now. Now, the reason for that is because that is a lot of work, and there needs to be a lot more work done to this game before we touch TTK. But that doesn't mean we can't tune some weapons and change some balancing features, because it is ridiculous that the RPK and the Fennec are still reigning king. Now, we did see in that little post of looting being changed a little bit. I think what this is kind of going back to the Warzone 1 loot, pretty much everything on the ground spaced out. I think that's a little bit more exciting. I think some things like that will include ammo not being stacked, or at least kill streaks not being stacked and self-res not being stacked, because we've seen that stacking those things can be problematic. Raining kill streaks on you is kind of annoying, and it kind of eliminates the purpose of that gunplay mechanic that Warzone does very strongly. So again, expect changes like that to looting. Loadouts itself, honestly, I really want custom perks back. I don't like these perk packages anymore. I think initially, when things were getting a little ground up and we were trying to figure out some stuff, not having customizable perks in terms of we can select our perk package was okay. But now, I really think in Season 2, we need perks. We need to customize the perks we want, because the perk packages are just really swayed into one way. And again, it doesn't allow everyone to have an equal opportunity to have the best perk package to fit their playstyle or fit what the meta is going on at the moment. So hopefully things like that change. Now, we do have some leaked information we'll talk about now. I'm not going to showcase any images, but the next season has been rumored and leaked to be a Japanese themed season with Ronin from Modern Warfare 2019 to be the main character in the forefront. Castle is also a map that is supposedly going to be returning. This is a map originally made at World at War back from Treyarch. It saw a reprisal in Call of Duty Vanguard. It is a fan favorite map for a long time, and this is also a place of interest in the new resurgent smaller style battle royale map. Now, what does that map gonna look like? I don't know, but if it is Japanese themed like it may be, and it has cherry blossoms, things like that, aesthetically it may be one of the most beautiful maps, and honestly will probably make me play that map a little bit more, because sometimes I like playing on a very beautiful map. Not knocking Almaraz, it's a pretty stunning map, but again, cherry blossoms versus sand, I think I'm going to choose cherry blossoms. But besides that, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on these little news update regarding Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. It's unfortunate, but I think it's for the best. Will we get along and survive? Yes, we will. Is it going to have a little bit of a bad effect on the experience in Warzone in the long run? I think so. I think people are going to be a little bit tired of the game by the time Season 2 comes out potentially, but all things are better happen sooner than later. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts on all this information. If you guys are new here and want more content from me, definitely hit the subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified for when I drop more content. If you guys enjoyed this video and found this video informative, definitely drop this video a like, helps out the video a ton. But besides that, that's all I got for this one. Let me know your thoughts down below. But until then, ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.